Hello and welcome back to Technical Tales. Well, I've got a good base down out there. Oh, just threw away my sword. Meant to bring this up. So you can see there on the mini-map, well, on the not-so-mini map, the Chaos Star. Pretty good, down there in the middle of that forest. And that's where we're going to do our magic. So let's pop on over there via the central node. See, that one leads back to the mine, that one leads to the Nexus base, and this one goes to the Chaos Star. Bang. What do you think? It still needs a roof. I am aware that it still needs a roof. The problem I've got at the moment is that I have run out of zirconium ore, or at least I've run out of the colours that I want to use for the roof. I'm thinking I'm going to make the roof out of this stuff, which is the light. So, I quite like this. I know it's very, very colourful, but, you know, I want to be a mighty wizard, so just call me Ayaron of many colours. So, yes, so this is the way back. I've got some basic layout stuff here, so wherever there's this grey stuff, it means that this is where I'm going to be doing something else. So, the first thing I want to do is make myself an enchanting table. A normal bog standard enchanting table. Right, where is going to be good for this to live? I might not need it for long, so I'll just temporarily throw him down there. Right, an enchanting table. 2 diamonds, 4 obsidian, and a book floating on top. There we go. And that's going to live here. Perfect. Let's get rid of that torch. Let's just temporarily do that. So, an enchanting table needs books. So I've got myself... Now, as far as I can tell, 15 bookshelves are enough to fully power an enchanting table. I'm suddenly thinking I might... No, okay, yes, so they have to be like this. So they're going to go over the windows, unfortunately, but that just means that from the outside you'll get to see books. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So that's how I'm going to have the books. Well, the bookshelves. Currently, though, I'm going to have to sacrifice one, because do I want to repair that diamond pickaxe? I mean, do I want to enchant it? I've got a spare book, so I am going to enchant the book with my 30 experience levels before I lose them. I don't think I need that book for anything else. I certainly hope I don't need that book for anything else, because I really ran out of leather. I had to go wandering in the wilds and finding cows, and I slaughtered about 6 of them before any of them gave me any leather. But there we go. Protection 3. Fair enough. Just throw this in this temporary chest. So there we go. I've done magic in my Tower of Magic. Worth the effort, wasn't it? No. I'm going to be doing a lot more magic in here. Thormcraft, Thaumcraft, Towncraft, Teumcraft, however you want to pronounce it. So, I need a magic wand. That's how this starts. Now, one thing I really like about how they've... I didn't like Thaumcraft 2. The problem was you were just feeding items into that research table, feeding it paper, and it was just grinding away. Now, it's a lot more hands-on and a lot more interesting, which is what I like. And once you've got... There's like only really 2 things you need to remember in order to get started in this mod. One is how to make a magic wand. And for that you need gold nuggets. So you put a stick a gold nugget at one end, and you put one of these magical shards at the other. Now, it could be any of them. There are 5 types of magical shard: earth, air, fire, water, and viz. There you go. And that gets you a Wand of the Apprentice. which is the most, oops, wrong key, the most basic wand. And you can see there's a little display appearing when I select it. That shows its current charge. It's charging itself up from the atmosphere around us. It's drawing in Viz from the air. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds while that fully charges. There we go. This can hold a maximum of 50 Viz. So I'm going to actually have to sacrifice one of these bookshelves, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get that level 30 enchantment out the way first. Because the first thing you want to do with your magic wand is go up to a bookshelf and right-hand click it. Use the wand on it. There we go. And that has created a Thalmonomicon. The Thalmotelecomnicon. And this is essentially your guide to how to use the magic. And it's all in there. You just have to do some reading. So let's open it up. And you can see these things, I don't know what they are yet. You know, they're just anything flashing I haven't discovered yet. But you just sort of learn discoveries on the way. So obviously there's like, you have to have discovered those three things before you can discover that. You have to have discovered that and that before you can discover that, etc., etc. So, but these things up here, this is already here. And so this is stuff you already know. It's like you know about greatwoods, silverwood trees, shimmerleaf, flowers, cinder pearls, you know, so you know about those stuff. And you just click on them and you can read and you can read about it. Like, let's find out what the Thalmonomicon is. It's a mystical construct. You create it by hitting a bookshelf with your wand. To craft the Thalmonomicon, you must simply use your wand on a bookshelf. The Thalmonomicon is a reference book to all things thaumaturgical. How do I go back? There we go. So this sort of shows everything you need to know. Like, this is how you make your scribing tools. And there's multiple pages, so there's 2 different ways to make this. This is how you make an arcane work table, etc. So I'm just going to do a little bit of basic reading because I've not had a chance to go over this. And then we'll be back and I'll show you how research is done. Okay, so I've read that through, and it seems the first thing I need to do is construct myself a research table. And the research table is made from 2 tables and some scribing tools. And a table is just some wood. So I need some glass vials, feather, and an ink sac. Okay, so I think I've got the material together. So let's start by making... Okay, well... Okay, hang on, that's a glass bottle, not a glass vial. I'm pretty sure the... Oh, get rid of that. Okay, glass bottle, sorry. Or glass vial. And a glass vial can just be a bit of clay. Well, clay... Oh, and I get 8 of them if I do that. You're a workbench, aren't you? Okay, don't know why that isn't working, so I'll just make a glass bottle instead. There we go. So, glass bottle, ink sac, feather, scribing tools. Okay, so I need some of these, because I need 2 tables. I've decided I'm going to put the research table down here, next to the enchanting table. That seems to make sense to me. So, 1. I may need to change the blocks underneath back to be the back to be whatever it's meant to be for being in this position, because it's a little more. You can see the ground underneath the table is what I'm trying to say. So, there you go. Once you add the writing tools, you have yourself your research table. and it wants a supply of paper in there. So what do we research? Well, anything. You research stuff based on the aspects within them. So you can see that that has 2 wood in it. Paper has some water and whatever the spiky thing is, and so on. Now, what's going to be a good thing to start with? Let me get some redstone and glowstone. Okay, so this is how research goes, and I don't think I'm going to show you much of the research, unless you really want to see me trying to work stuff out, because 1, it's probably a little boring to watch, and 2, if you ever want to play this, you don't want to know what the discoveries are yourself. So, here's some redstone. Now, redstone has some that's energy, I think, and mechanical in it. So, I pop that in there, and you can see that the aspects of it show up here, and the little magnifying glass has lit up. And here you can go cursor examination, means you're less likely to make a discovery, but also less likely to lose the item you're researching. Whereas thorough, that means you're like Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas, trying to work out what Christmas is, and just burning and destroying everything. So I'm going to start with cursory. Okay, so research notes. It used a bit of paper for this. It's an unknown theory. I don't think I can read this in any way. Doesn't seem to. So let's try again. Okay, something's happening. Obscurus means I don't know what it is, but this is me starting to research one of these 2 things. And the paper there is gibberish. So let's keep going. I mean, we must be onto something. There we go. Okay. Now I know that I am researching potentia. Power, energy, strength. 37% complete. It's still gibberish. So I can look to see, do I have something else that's got a better power rating than redstone? See, the mechanism is no use. All I'm interested in is power. I don't think I've got anything else, so I'm going to carry on with the redstone. You can see that slowly moved up, 50% complete. Okay, 87% complete on my researches of the potentia itself. Come on. Oh, 100% complete. Ah. So maybe I need to throw something else in as well. Okay, so I've identified that I'm researching how to create night ore. Whatever that is. I'm starting with redstone and glowstone because they are relatively magical, but you can be researching anything. And of course what you're trying to do is discover some of this stuff here. So I'm assuming as you go on with the mod you can start to see patterns and so on, but you have to sort of work it out yourself. So let's try throwing in the glowstone. This has got lux and sight. So light, brightness, day, sight, vision, appearance. Let me see if this helps at all. Oh, okay, so the potential has gone down there, and we are starting to research something else. So something in one of these 2 is helping. Now, this glowing 1 in the corner means I'm getting a bonus to my lux research for some reason. And I'm assuming it's because the sun is directly overhead. And yes, this magic system is that sophisticated. If you do the research in the right environment, it's an advantage. Okay, now there are 2 things going on there. Oh, okay, so yes, we're definitely researching lux. Okay, this glowing flame seems to be fueled by magic itself. The number of uses for an ever-burning flame seems endless, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to produce much heat, though it could prove to be a steady source of light and energy. Okay, so that's good. Let's keep using the glowstone. So notice that the Vism has gone dark, so we're not researching Vism at all. It's just Lux. Okay, and I need fire, heat, and burn. So what I need really is something that will give light and fire and heat. Okay, now torches just give light. I don't actually have any coal. I'm going to go make some charcoal on the basis that that might give me the heat I need. Or possibly netherrack. Right. Or even... Okay, the flint has four fire in it, but once it gets burnt away, that's probably it for it. Let me pick up my Mistcraft writing desk, and if you notice, I can research that. So charcoal. What I need is some logs. Netherrack has fire in it, so let's grab that. Oops. So you notice that once you've got so you start the research looking completely at random, but then as time goes on, you start to work out what it is that's needed. Now, because I'm not researching Vism at all, I'm only researching the Lux, I'm actually going to put torches in here, and those will give me the Lux. Not as good, obviously, but it's a lot. Torches are a lot less valuable than glowstone. And I'll drop the netherrack in there, so you can see you can be doing multiple items at once. So I'm hoping it's going to pick up this Ignis. Light has gone to 100%. So I don't think I need the torches anymore. I am just doing the Ignis, and we're almost there with the night ore. Oh, there we go. Discovery. Night ore. Everything locks out, and this thing, and your little piece of paper gets a ribbon tied around it. So let me pull the netherrack out, leave the paper, so then you can read it. Night ore. This glowing flame seems to be fueled by magic itself. Yeah. So let's right-hand click. The paper disappears, and the night ore appears in here. See, the green line goes in. So, night ore can be placed in the world to act as a magical light source. There you go. To craft it, you need a crucible, 5 magic from the atmosphere, and then you need to burn in the crucible items with 4 Ignis, 6 Lux, and 4 Potentia. So, we need ourselves a crucible, for which I need some iron. Did I bring iron? Okay, I've got iron, but there's something else I need, because you need a source of heat to go underneath it. So I should have grabbed that. I should have grabbed the flint and steel while I was here. But luckily, with mist travel, travelling via linking books is very quick. Okay. So this is where I want my crucible to be. So that's why I put that stone there, just as a reminder to myself. But it needs heat underneath it, so I'm going to put some netherrack here. And set fire to it. The source of heat can be anything. It can be fire, which is what I'm doing here. It could be some lava, whatever. I just like the idea of actually having my cauldron be bubbling underneath there. So I make a cauldron in the same way you do in normal Minecraft. Cauldron. Inventory full. Put the Mistcraft table down. Nope, it's the wrong way around. Oh, I didn't realise that it looked that much like a couple of bookcases. In fact, it looks strange. There we go. I can still get to the enchanting table. So I was trying to empty my inventory a little bit. Right, so I've got a cauldron. So I'm going to put it there. That looks pretty good. Notice that I have actually put it in a corner with the red going over it. But it needs water, of which there is none here. So what I need is a couple of buckets to make an infinite water source. I do love travelling via linking books. So there we go. Got our water. Oh, let's not set fire to our linking book. So we'll put one there. One there. And for now, I'm going to have to keep this filled with water manually. So now we just wait for it to boil. Oh no, it's not a crucible yet. You need to enchant it to turn it into a crucible. That's just a cauldron. But if I right-hand click it with my wand, there we go. Now it's a crucible. So now it should be able to boil the water. Start bubbling. There we go. So what was the recipe? What was the recipe? Right, 4 fire, 4 potentia, 6 lux. So that has 3 lux. So torches gives us the lux. Any redstone? Yes. And redstone gives us the potentia. So I just have to work out where to get this from. Lux is easy, I can just throw torches in for that. I need potentia and fire. Ah, netherrack gave us the fire. Unfortunately, netherrack... It's night time. Let me just... I'm not safe from spiders, so... Let me just quickly get to sleep. Right, so I could throw in 4 netherrack in order to get the 4 fire. But those other 2 aspects on the netherrack, whatever they are, won't be used by the Nitor. And if you throw in stuff which doesn't actually get used, then it gets released into the atmosphere as a form of magical pollution, which we call flux. So that's going to throw in even more. I may just have to live with it for now. What I need is a better source of fire, really. If I had coal or charcoal, but I don't. See, I want to be a responsible wizard. I don't want to ruin the environment until I mean to. I'm out of coal, so the engines over there aren't working right now. So let's try this. What I need is some charcoal to take a look at it and see whether or not it is a better source of fire than netherrack. Oh, and it is. It's got 2 fire and 2 of the energy, which I need. So that's pretty good, because the recipe actually wants that. It wants fire and that. So 2 charcoal and 6 torches will cleanly make this with no waste going into the atmosphere. So let's just. So I've got plenty of torches. So that's 4 charcoal. I'll leave the rest of it burning because that's going to be useful. Okay, so 4, 4, 6. Now you have to keep track yourself of what you throw in. So 6 torches, because the torches give 1 light each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just making enough here for 1. Because 6, so I need 4 fire and 4 potentia. And each coal gives me 2. So just 2 charcoal. Incidentally, in order to view those things, I'm just holding down Shift, and that makes them appear. So 2 of these. Okay. Then right-hand click with your wand. There you go. That used up 5 points of magic and gave me a night ore. Excellent. So that was 2 charcoal and 6 torches. Gives me a magical flame, which I can place anywhere I want. And I think I'm going to use them a lot because, let's face it, that doesn't look very, very magical. But that looks arcane. So I'll have to work out how many I need. How much light does it give out? Block lighting. Oh no, there's a torch there I need to get rid of. I think it's the same as a torch. So yeah, that's how you do it. Research stuff to try and discover them. And for now, we're just using the crucible to make stuff. Later on, there's a more advanced way of making the magic stuff. But for now, I'm just going to be doing some basic research. And I'll see you when I'm done. Possibly the next episode. So just in case it is, I'll say bye-bye now. Bye-bye now.